YouTube Tuesday from Barnabas Junction, brought to you in association with the Model Railway YouTube Community Group, MRYCG, connecting the Model Railway community together. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Just search for MRYCG.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to YouTube Tuesday with me, Jason at Barnabas Junction. I hope you are all well. Starting with a nice little overhead shot there, looking down from the church. Got a few trains passing by. Well, and there goes the camera and it derails. Typical. Right. Oh, well, we'll leave it there for now. Anyway, typical, put the camera on and it derails. Oh, how well is that, eh? Right. Good evening to everybody in the chat already. So good evening to Flymo, Dinmore Junction. Good evening to Hemel Down Model Railway. Good evening to Valleybrook 2 Model Railway, CSX Wrensville. Also Matthew Whitmore, Harleybrook Junction. Anthony Giblin, New Durham Junction. Good evening to you. March West Junction TMD, good evening. The Angels Share Model Railways, good evening. David Atkins, good evening. Clive Cabold, good evening to you. Simon's Trains Model Railways Showcase, good evening to you. And Main Train Mark, Eastport, good evening. Hope you are well, my friend. Crossways Point Junction, also good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Mike Pringle as well, good evening. So, thanks for joining me this evening. Now, we have a few things to discuss today and to show you what I've been doing since last week. Let's see if this train derails again. I think it's going to. If it does, I'll just stop them completely. Yep, it has. Right, leave it there then. Anyway, I can see why. There's see what it is. I know exactly what it's doing. It wasn't doing it until put the camera live, but hey ho, that's the joy of model railways when you put a camera on them. Right, so Northern Rails 44, good evening to you also. Finnerton Central Model Railway, good evening. Right, if anyone has seen the thumbnail, you'll have seen that obviously we're continuing with the village scene here with the church and the pub. I have been working a lot on the pub area since last week, and I will show you that in a moment. Also, we've got an announcement to make that also will be coming up shortly. So stay tuned for all that, because you definitely don't want to miss it. So first of all, then, starting off, then, a big thanks to all channel members for supporting the channel. The Train Freak, Owens Model Railways, Leicester Station and TMD, Building the ELR Step by Step, Simon's Trains Model Railway Showcase, Flint Hills Model Railway, Jeff Hammond, Crossways Point Junction, Eagle Creek Yard, Darren Faulkner, Sparky 107, Donegal Dad, Mike Pringle, Dave Smith, Paul Sinek, Containerman 68, apologies for the child screaming, it's in the back garden outside, Hollybrook Junction, The Growler Blackwood, Chris Job of Hernborough, New Durham Junction, Steve Lockhart of Route 7 Railway, Valleybrook, Charlie McGowan, John A. Dawson, Effingham, and Mike Crow Scenics. Big thank you to all of you for being channel members, helping to support the channel in what we bring to you today. Links to all of their channels can be found in the description of all the videos, especially these YouTube Tuesdays. Please do take a moment to check them out if you haven't done so. I'd also say a big thank you for joining me then, my moderators this evening. As always, Flymo is in, amongst a few others. I think Valleybrook's in as well. And New Durham Junction, I believe, is here too. Moderator, just checking. We did say hello to him. Yes, he did. He's there. And as well as many others that will be in maybe throughout of the day. Right. So what have I been up to? Well, you're going to like this, because I certainly do like it. Now, we did last week, we had Jeff of Jumble Lane Printing on the stream with us, talking about a lot of their kits, and a lot of the kits, showing a lot of the kits that are on the layout, including what you can see in front of you. So what I'm going to change the camera to behind the pub, and then we'll come back to in front of the pub. So let me just change the camera. Here we go. You can now see the rear of the pub, and you may notice quite a bit has been done to it. We have a lawn area, we have a patio area, we have the fencing in, and the pub is in place. If you were looking at the front, we do also have the front of the pub done as well. So I'll just move this camera around so then I can then show you the front of the pub as well. So just maneuver this. So what do you think? You've got grass, says CSX Rensville. Yes, peekaboo from New Durham. So still on the road, Alan Reynolds. Good evening, Alan. I've seen your video of visiting Alan at Dragon Junction today. Fantastic little video. And I saw your video of you featuring last week's on one of the shout outs. So good evening and welcome to joining us this evening. I hope you are staying safe, mate, and enjoying your time on the road. So let me just switch camera again back to the front camera. Let's have a look at the front of the pub. There we go. So it's a closer view now of the front of the pub. These walls are now in place. We have the gravel in the front of the pub, and we have a path at the front. What I will do is I'll just take this camera off and take you in for a closer look. How about that? Oop, bit too far. So there you go. We now have the front of the pub with the path and the gravel in. That graveling is going to get a bit of weathering and a bit of weeds kind of added to it, especially around the base of the pub. The pub can be lifted off. Reason being is I'm going to illuminate the pub. So I haven't stuck the pub down. That's not stuck in place. That can be lifted straight off. But what else can you see? Anyone else spot anything? Or should I say something that is missing? Simon says, pubtastic. Everyone's talking to Alan Reynolds, saying they've got videos to watch of his. Starting to come together real nice. Looks ace. That's from Hemel Down. And Crossways in there, first of all. The signage has gone. Yes, CSX, the sign has gone. Beer. No, there's no beer, unfortunately. Will be some parasols, ivy, the pub sign. Yes, the pub sign has vanished. Oh, goodbye, Slains Lodge. It has gone. And it's gone for a reason. What was that wheel cleaner fluid called? Cannot locate that video. That fluid cleaner was Goo Gone. This stuff. Okay. Mark, oh, you got that? Had it right at hand to me. So yes, the sign has gone. And why has it gone, you may ask now? Well, obviously, it's not staying Slain Lodge. It's getting renamed. The waitress taking orders. Sigh, no beer, says Flymo. There will be beers because when I get around to painting them tables, I'm going to try and create some little glasses. It's going to be very difficult to do, but I'm going to try and create some little tiny glasses on the tables. So that's something I'm going to be trying for the future. First thing, though, is obviously you've got to paint the tables before I put them any on. So let's take you back. Pub under new management. Indeed, it is. Brilliant. Cheers. No problem, Mark. So stay with me because you're going to want to know why the pub name has now vanished, aren't you? You've probably got no social distance signs. Yeah, it's not open yet. Don't worry, it's still closed to business. So it will be real. It will be opening soon. So there'll be no need for those. So as I've said, stay with me because you're going to want to know what is planned regarding the name. Can I ask if you considered using N-scale ballast for the patio? I've tied it up and everything's been put away, so you just have to bear with me while I dig it back out again. Still think it might be a little bit too big. I might be changing it. It might come off yet. It isn't. It is quite loose, to be honest. I've got two different bags of ballast. Now let me just change it back to the front camera. Reason being is I didn't realize I had two grades. Oh, wrong camera, sorry. It's that one. I didn't realize I had actually two coarse grades of ballast. The ballast I used was this coarse grey. It is B89. And it is quite fine. But what I didn't realize is I actually got medium grey, which is B82. And that is a lot finer than this one. Much, much finer. So I may adjust that. It is quite loose, so I may be able to still scrape it up and redo it using this even finer stuff, because it's still, after I let it dry, I have had a look at it. I thought it might be a bit too lumpy to use as like patio ballast or walking ballast. So well, it was okay for the bigger one, was okay for the pathway round the church. It seems to have been okay for there, even though I still wish I'd used that one, but I'm not going to change that. But round the pub, before I really get deep into doing that, I think I may change to this, the finer stuff, which I would say is probably N-gauge ballast. What's this? I'll look at the chat. Just call it the Blaming Simon. It's going to be called the Valleybrook Arms. No. I think I saw it on Jason Assailing's channel, a gondola full. Can I ask? Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Charlie. It just looks a little trifle large. Yeah, as I said, I agree. I do think it's a little bit large. Let me just switch back to it, and so we can. What I'll do is just find out if we've got the right camera, because both cameras are labelled up the same. Right. Okay. So what let me do? So that is that ballast. Let me just open the other one. Where have I put my knife? There it is, right in front of me. Can't see wood for trees. So let me just open this other bag. Okay. So you can see it's quite lumpy. Yeah. Now this is the other. I'm going to pour a bit out in front. And you'll see that that's a little bit finer. Okay. You can see it's quite a bit finer than what's already in there. Let's see if we can get really close on that. Let it focus. There you go. So you can see it is much finer than what I've actually put in there. So that may change. Okay. It does look a little overscale, but didn't like to say. You were quite right. I appreciate anyone that thinks things are not quite right. I say it's all advice, and any advice is good advice. Even bad advice is good advice. It's a good name, Stuart. That would leave future historians puzzled. Simon, I'm really concerned about the drunks leaving after a few. A bag of fine would be even better, Jason. Yeah, obviously limited availability on stocks. Indeed, it would puzzle people. You'll find Owen. Oh, good evening, Owen. Thanks for joining us. Just missed a tour of the pub. We're on a pub crawl at the moment, Owen. Yeah, much better. You think so? Yeah, I do. So this, if I take those off, you can hear it. It will crack off. It's all in my fingernails now. It will. It's still quite loose. It didn't glue down properly because it is a bit too big. So it won't take much to get that off. Let me just move that tree. See if I just lift that off. You see, I can lift that off nice and easy. There we go. So yeah, I think I will be changing that. Let's just see how easy that is stuck down. Oh yeah, it's coming off. No problem. I can get that off. That was just using my metal ruler. It has literally just took a big chunk of it out. As you can see, just there. Just one little swipe and it's taken the top layer off. So no problem. I agree. It is a bit overscale lumpy for that. It was okay for the church area, but yeah, I think it would be if you lift a pub off its foundations, what would that be? Taking the pub home with you? Is that sounding Polish Krakow? Be careful with the acrylics. Alan, did you see the Old British Sea Link ferry? Yes, Duke of Lancaster. Yeah, I would be interested if you saw that. It's being restored apparently. An MRYCG pub crawl, laugh out loud. Great stuff. Right, so let's get on with. You know what? I'm just going to stick that back out of the way so it's just not in my way. Right, let's get on. I'm going to Howard Pomfret. I know what's missing. It's the pub. There it is. No, the pub's not missing. It is there. Yeah, you certainly do put the stuff on without needing to worry about it getting scattered. Excellent. I looked away and the pub disappeared, David Atkins. So, as always, shout outs go to somebody who is in the chat. So we've got 35 of you in the chat right now. I am having a scan through. I'm going to see if we can find somebody who has not yet had a shout out on the show. Nearly everybody has. Trying to find somebody that's not had a shout out. Put your hands up in the air if you would like a shout out. Skimming through, still going through. As always, like I say, every week we do have 3 shout outs, and I'm trying. Oi, oi, says the Scrapman line, Tim. Good evening, Tim, for joining us. Hands up. David Atkins is putting his hands up. Matthew Whitmore's putting his hands up. Hollybrook Junction's saying, yes, please. Go on then, says Mark Rush. Right. So the first person, actually, I'm going to put the first person that's everybody's putting hands up now. First person that did put their hands up or say hands up then. Good evening, Arthur Humphries. Was indeed David Atkins. So yeah, he put hands up. So please, let's get on with the first. So first shout out today, and do you know what? I'm going to switch the camera over to me for this. So first shout out goes to who asked first then to have the shout out. This light there is blaring on me. That's a bit better. So first shout out then for today, indeed, goes to David Atkins. Well done, David Atkins. Please do congratulate yourself. You were the first to put your hands up, either by name or wording. So yes, David Atkins. Crikey, Flymo. How do you? He posted that before I even said it. So yes, David Atkins of British Columbia. He has been over here in the UK quite a few times. Last one I'm aware of, he was here in the UK for the All Change Crew charitable open day at the LSL depot. So yes, David Atkins, you are today's shout out number 1. Please do check him out. If you do like what you see on his channel, then please do give him a subscription. And remember, when you do subscribe, click the bell. When you click the bell icon at the side, select all to make sure you receive all notifications of any updates from that channel and interact with it. That is essential. You must interact with channels that you are subscribed to. Otherwise, you will get booted off as a subscriber after so long. Still trying to work out what that time frame is. I've got a channel that I'm watching, not necessarily I'm not interacting with it on purpose because I'm waiting to see how long it takes for YouTube to take me off as a subscriber. So I'm keeping an eye on it. So yeah, always interact with your channel. I'd say at least once every couple of weeks you need to interact with a channel that you subscribe to. Obviously, you can't interact with everybody because I've got hundreds of channels that I'm subscribed to, and I struggle to interact with them all. So yeah, if you're not already subscribed, I was there for Worley in November 2019. Wow, that takes us back a bit, doesn't it? Now that was some time ago. Yeah, he does get over here from British Columbia. It's a long way over the pond. So please do check him out. David is a great chap with a great channel, and he would highly appreciate your subscription if you like what you see. And remember, go check out his latest video and comment on it saying you're subscribing after hearing about him on Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday. Right, so what should we do this week? I want to do some trees, or I want to get on with some bushes area, but I'm pretty limited on where I can put some stuff at the moment because I want to get around the monument in the center finished before I start either slabbing it, tarmacking it, or graveling the area around it. Reason being is I want to do that and get some curbstoning in certain areas, and then put some borders up against the fencing. In fact, I suppose I could put the borders in because I want to put a lot of like some grass, lawn area, grass area, and trees and bushes along that far fence. I'll just switch the camera so you can actually see what I mean. Let me just move those out of the way, and then move the monument out of the way. So let me just switch to this camera again, and we'll twist it round. So what I'd like to know is, what do you guys think I should do next? Where should we move with this progress? Let me just check I've got the right camera. Yes, I have. So as you can see, we've got a bit of fencing at the back there. I'm just going to take you a little bit closer. So we've got a bit of fencing at the very back there. And the problem is, when I put this in, I want this to have a surround around it. I still don't know whether to gravel this, tarmac it, concrete, like cobblestone it maybe. I'm still in two minds on what to do. But what I want to do at the back, let me just get myself into position so I can reach. What I want to do at the back is put a bit of a curbing area here. So then we can have some like overgrown grassing with a few trees and bushes along this edge. Basically continuing with the, just take move those, the what we have on this side in the cemetery. So continuing that on. What would you guys think it should be? What about a kids' play area? That is in the planning stages for in the pub, actually. I'm looking at trying to get my hands on a kiddies climbing frame to have in the pub area in the backyard. I'm totally not prepared for the 31st. Oh dear, Tim. Or is that a secret hint to put off those that others that are attending? I'll do a little bit of an update on that very shortly as well. So what about kids' play area? Charlie Dimmock. Yes, I need to get Charlie Dimmock in. I'll wing it in Rust. Obviously, you will. Up well and onwards. Hello, lads and ladies. Good evening. Up well, Aaron. Why not have a couple of train enthusiasts at the fence? Well, my idea is where the footbridge is, there's going to be people watching the trains there. Maybe the odd person in the pub garden. Still haven't watched Facebook Friday yet. You need to, Simon. You need to get back and watch that, mate. But yeah, we could have possibly a few people watching the trains go by, loitering around the fencing, trying to get a look at maybe a special train that will be passing by. Just higher that up a little bit so you get a better overview. There we go. So I've got a long pointer here. So yeah, a bit of curbing here. I did put a little pen mark in, so I kind of follow that. And I can use the Metcalf edging strips for that I've got from the pavements, and then put some overgrowth and bushes along it up against the fence. A couple of trees in here, maybe one there, a couple here maybe, with a bit of a gap. Don't want to completely block the view through, as it would be a good point for photography. And round the back here, there will be the waste bins, recycling bins and stuff like that for the pub or the public, that sort of thing. So the bin men will be able to come in and collect the rubbish from the pub. Spin that round. In fact, what we'll do is I'll just change to the other camera so you get a better view. So, oh, let me move that tree out of the way. It's a nice tree, that is. I'll just stick it back there. It's not staying there. I just stuck it there because it looked good. Right, so there will be a couple of small trees in here. Maybe one also this side of this fence here. This fence is going to be probably dirt gravel kind of thing. I'm not sure. I'll have a look at the WWF Scenics mud packs, I'll call them, to see whether it might be good to put in a bit of a muddy footpath that eventually turns to the gravel area to match the main area here. So I had a few people have had a sneaky peek at this pub scene, and I had a few questions. Finally, using the wheelie bins you bought years ago. Yes, I do have those, and they will be going in here. The fencing, you may not remember, it used to look like that. Yeah, it used to actually be a full piece that I printed off from Wordsworth Model Railways. I thought it was missing something, and indeed it was. It was the concrete posts between the panels. I did think about getting a pencil and just colouring in what would look like posts. Yeah, you might get timber posts between the panelling. What I thought was concrete posts were missing. So using the extra large matchsticks, again, the same as ones that I did for this fencing. Just get them out. So using the matchsticks, I cut them down to, I think it was 3 centimeters, which was absolutely spot on because they just breach over the top of the panel, which is how they're supposed to be. And then all I did, which was a bit of a fiddly job, was using spray grey primer, prime them all with a bit of grey primer, which was a bit fun because I was chasing them around the box while trying to spray them grey. So I'll just bring you down for a lower look. So you can see they're all grey. I think that's just helped set that off really well. And also, I split one of them in half and using a pencil, create some latch marks on it and some hinges to make it look like that does open. And if I pushed it hard enough, it probably would. It's quite glued solid, but if I pushed hard enough, it would. So the fencing was adapted using the concrete with concrete fence posts, and I do think that really did set it off better than this. So this fencing literally cost me nothing to make, and nothing is fantastic because if I wanted to create that on a vast scale by purchasing products, it would be quite expensive, I think. But making that and making it and it costing absolutely nothing apart from a bit of time, I think that's really come out well. I have also added a panel there going outwards. One, it added a bit of sturdiness to the one going along, but it also acts as a bit of a separation from the garden area to the patio area. I did think about going and putting some on the other side, but I changed my mind. I do think that has come along really, really well. So when those we'll get those benches all painted up, and the parasols are going to be painted into different colours. CSX Rensville, that looks a lot better. Just scrolling back through the chat. Finally using the wheelie bins. Yeah, evening Simon's train. Sorry, oh, Simon the Railway Enthusiast 83. Good evening, Simon. Thanks for dropping in. I remember that episode of that gardening show, the day it rained, Finniston Central Model Railway. Oh, yes, I remember that. My daughter bought me a box of big matches. I've never said anything. Evening Flymo from Simon. Start Flymo saying even to Simon. My partner at the time wondered what I was laughing at. Looks a lot better from CSX. Thank you. Fence looks great. Yeah, it looks great. That does, says Mark. It does, Jason. That's quite a smart finish. Nice fence, Jason. Looks the part. The fence does make it awesome. Thank you, Simon. Notice a gate as well on the fence. Yes, at the gate. They aren't stuck together, so if I wanted to, I could prise them apart and put someone peering through there trying to get a sneaky pint. As you can see there, where I was just you can see they do separate the pieces. They're not stuck together. Oh, Oswald Street Road, TMD. Hello. Sorry, I'm running late, he says. No problem, mate. Jason, what about a car park? Well, be able to park outside the pub in the area because it's not a through road, it's a dead end. So there'll be plenty of kind of on-street parking. But we don't like people to drink and drive, so everyone can walk to the pub. Tables and umbrellas are excellent. Yes, they're by Jeff Friedman, Jumble Lane Printing. Love the fence, looks awesome. It's gone out of focus for some reason. Let me take it back a bit. There we go. Mark, I hope you are keeping well. That's from Clive. Look at all the junk underneath. Yeah, really pleased with that. And what about the funeral cars for the church? Yeah, I'm going to get a funeral cars. I've got the wedding set. I do have the wedding set. But I'm looking at getting a funeral set so I can do different scenes. Church, graveyard, it's a dead end. Yeah. Right. So let me just put that away. I don't want to leave stuff out because it can make a mess. I'm sick and tired of making the area a mess all the time. So, what guys do you think? The footpath along here, should I make that gravelly, slabbed, or should I do it like a muddy effect? Obviously, this is going to be classed as a well-used footpath by the public. I've left it that little bit extra wide because I want to put a lot of overgrowth on the edges around here and especially around this area here with maybe a tree. That's why it's just that little bit wide. Just trying to catch up with the chat. Trying to keep up with your chatting away. Church graveyard, dead end. Hello, Clive. Church murder scene. 4 weddings and a funeral. Dead on point. Working in a church will always be a dead end job. Barnabas Junction video page on YouTube. I will check that out. Never get made redundant in that trade. Thomas Lewis, could an aged tarmac work cracked with weeds coming out along the edges? Interesting. Now, do you mean for the centre area or do you mean for the footpath? I quite like the idea of that. I'd probably have to use a filler. Everybody's dying to get into a hearse. Oh, fine dirt texture, then grass and weed to the edges. Yes. So Scrapline reckons a dirt texture. Oh, right, the footpath. Yes, Thomas. Tarmac, kind of tarmac. Some great ideas with a few potholes, says Thomas. Evening, Thomas, says Simon. I thought this was supposed to be deadly. Oh, these jokes. Go on, get your jokes out, chaps, while I have a think about who's going to be the next shout out for today. Go on, let's see how many jokes you can make about this scene. That will be funny. And then I'll decide who then shout out number 2 is going to be. There is only one way to get rid of a mole. These are brilliant. Did you know that a church is always in the dead center of a town? I'll see myself out. Just what was watching through chat now. Right. Chosen. Right. This channel is dead good. Oh, you guys, brilliant with the jokes. Love them. Looking really good. The layout, Jason. Thank you, Simon. Is there anybody there dying to be a member of this channel? Oh, great. I'm going to move that camera out of the way. Oh, I hope that's not affected the camera. No, it hasn't. Right. While you're all doing that, it'll be a sad day when the gravedigger gets made redundant. Donegal, Dad, good evening to you. It's time for shout out number 2. So shout out number 2 is going to be someone that really, really will appreciate you joining him on his channel. And it is somebody who's here in the chat tonight. I've got a joke, but you may find it too offensive. Oh, I broke. So shout out number 2 today is going to be Oswestry Road TMD. He is here in the chat tonight. And the reason why I'm choosing him, come on, guys, he has only got 6 subscribers. How? Come on, it's 33. Let's see. I can't believe he's only got 6 subscribers. This chap deserves many more. Let's have a look at description. The next British Railways Western Region depot from the 1950s to 60s. He's been on the channel's been active for a while, and he's only got 6 subscribers. So come on, guys. Let's see you joining in and taking time to check out Oswestry Road TMD. Let me just keep refreshing. 13 already, doubled. 13 subscribers. I'm just keep refreshing this. 15 subscribers. Remember, when you do subscribe to a channel, click the bell, select all to receive notifications of that channel, and also interact with the channel. Go on his latest video. In fact, he's got how many videos? He's got was showing me a moment ago. He's got about 6 videos on his channel at the moment. He's new to the YouTube scene. His videos go back, let's have a look, 6 videos dating back 5 months. Check him out. I'm still, wow. Started with 6. Yes, ring that bell. Ring that bell. Home song. No, stop singing. It'll start raining. Check his channel out. Go on his latest video and interact with it by commenting on his latest video that you subscribed after hearing about the channel on YouTube Tuesday with Barnabas Junction. Oswald Street Road TMD. Sorry about the no commentary. No, it's fine. Video is a video. Commenting is turned off apparently on the channel. Rightio, let me have a look. Yes, right. A little bit of advice then for Oswald Street Road TMD. What you need to do is go into your channel and set your channel and your videos as not suitable for children. That will then make it possible for people to comment on your channel, on your videos. If you need any assistance, please get in touch with me via email, barnabasjunction@gmail.com, or even via my social media, and I will assist you with getting that set up. But wow, superb. From 6 subscribers, we are now having up to 21. Late to the party, Newland Railway. Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Fantastic. 21 subscribers. How about that? From 6 to 20. Well done, all of you. You're absolutely superb taking part in being a subscriber to his channel. So let me get back. That is shout out number 2 done for today. I've got that many tabs open now. I'm losing where I'm up to. There we go. So back to live chat. For the time being, please comment on chat. No problem. Come and sing here, Jason. We need the rain. I know you do, David. How have you been keeping anyway, David? I know it's been absolutely horrendous. Well, unless you do like the heat and do like the sun. A busy channel there too, Newland Railway. Thanks, Mark, says Oswestry. Right, so we got one more shout out. Just so you know, we don't have this week any modelers moments because we've had no more requests to feature in the modelers moment feature. If you want to be on the modelers moment, then please get in touch with me via the email address barnabasjunction@gmail.com with a few photographs, maybe some short video clips, and I will give you the limelight of modelers moment. Obviously, everyone it's on first come, first served basis. So whoever gets in touch with me first will be the next one. Again, if there is none for next week, and then we'll pass it again and we'll move on for another one. Right. So, Donegal Dad, for the MRYCG meet at the Worley Club, which hotel was recommended? The Premier Inn, which is literally a 5-minute walk away. Mark of Donegal Dad, if you contact Stuart of Valley Brook, he did post. In fact, he did post the details of the actual Premier Inn into the event in the group. But if anything, Mark, get in touch with Stuart. He has got the details of the Premier Inn. It is literally just 5 minutes away, walk away, at the top of the embankment from the club. There we go. In fact, Simon said, yes, Donegal Dad Valley Brook will sort you out, as he did with everybody else. Not too bad after my op 2 weeks ago, but the weather is hot and grey like fog, but it's smoke from the forest fires. Yes, I have been seeing those on the news. Terrible, terrible stuff. Sorry, I was going to send some photos, but the place is still a mess yet after the new bed was in. Made some big steps, though. Excellent stuff, Limo, no problem. The Grand Royal, about 5,000 per night. Yes, that's it. The Premier Inn, Albury. Excellent stuff. Right. So I did mention there is an announcement to make on the show tonight. And yes, there indeed is. For this, I need refreshments before I start. Tonight, we're on the fizzy pop today. We're on the old zero today. It is rather warm up in this loft tonight. You might see I've got a bit of a shine on. Cartwell Junction, good evening from Cartwell. Good evening, Cartwell. Thanks for joining us. Just in time for me to start discussing what the announcement is. Oh, tell me via PM, Clive, tomorrow. Clive. Ooh, a bit of a conversation there, Jason. Are you going to put overhead electrification on your layout in the future? Yes, I do. I have left. As the layout has been built, I've purposely left spacing to put OHLE in. But the reason why I've not done it yet is because once it's in, you lose a lot. You get a restricted access to the track work, and because it's still not 100. The track work's still not obviously 100% ready. I don't want to be putting in any overheads because I'm frightened of them getting damaged. So when you see me talking about putting overheads in, you know the layout is nearing completion. That's a sign. Right, let's have a look. Everybody's saying my coat full of gin tonight. Oh, need the hooch? Yes, the hooch is down in the fridge, in the chiller unit, chilling, ready for later. Wonder if MRYCG will invade the hotel. Yeah. I've just looked at the hotel. It is fully booked, apparently. Oh, that's probably MRYCG have booked it all up. Yes, very much indeed. Right, other brands are available. Indeed, they are. Is it ever completed? A layout is probably only ever about 90% complete if you think working it that way, because the other 10% is always bits changing until you decide to rip it all up and start again, which in my opinion, I can't see me ever doing that. Right, so announcement. Right, I have on the way to me a bundle. In fact, no, I've got one left to arrive. A bundle of products that have been very generously donated. And why have they been donated? Well, that's because we're going to be doing a giveaway starting next week on this show. We're going to do two things next week. Next week is going to be a Q&A where you can basically just ask me a ton of questions and I will do my utmost best to answer them as best of my knowledge. And at the same time, we're also going to be launching a competition. Now, what did I state? What did we all see at the beginning of the stream? Well, we saw the pub with no name. Well, that's what the competition is going to be. I will allow people to start entering as of today, but it will officially be discussed, or I will go into more detail with the prizes next week, because I'm still awaiting some of them. So what you've got to do is send me via email to barnabasjunction@gmail.com your ideal names for the pub. I will allow people to send as many names as you wish, but there will only be one entry per person for the prizes. Now, there are already 4 bundles of prizes up for grabs, or 4 lots of prizes. There may be a 5, because it depends on whether one's going to be split into 2, because it's quite big. But yes, I want names for the pub, and because there are a selection of prizes, the best 5 names, or for the best so many names, we'll go into more detail next week about how many prizes there is, because I'll show you the prizes next week, because I've not got them all yet. So I will do top 5. Let's just, for example, top 5, because there is possibly going to be 5 prizes. So I'll do a top 5, and the top 1 will be the chosen name for the pub. Now, the names are going to be chosen not by me. The names will not be chosen by me. The winning name, especially the winning name, will not be chosen by me. I will be asking third parties to look at all the names of requested pub names that are sent in, and they will choose between them the top 5. And the winner will win the number 1 prize. I'm not going to say much more on what the prizes will be. I will discuss that more with you next week. But I'm opening up the floodgates right now. You can start emailing me with your desired names. They can be funny names. I don't mind. No sick names, no disgusting names. But I'm open to funny names, real names, names associated with the layout, or maybe names associated with your layout. That would be an interesting one. So, like Valleybrook put in earlier, the Valleybrook Arms, that sort of thing. I'm open to suggestions by you, and all suggested names will go in to be adjudicated. And the top 5, there will be top 5 prizes. There'll be top 5 drawn out of all the names, and that's how it goes. There will be some fantastic prizes, and tell you now, I know what's coming, and the prizes are going to be well worth it. And it will, the competition, the giveaway competition will end on, let me just double check on the date so I don't give you a wrong date. So I'm opening up for the emails now to be sent in, but we'll discuss it more in detail next week. So those of you who are here today are getting a pre-alert on this. Those that obviously watch it later will not get the opportunity, will get less time and opportunity to get in with the chance. I say you can send in as many as you want, but there'll only be 1 entry per person. You send as many names as you like. Right, calendar. So today is the 13th, unlucky for some, but it's not a Friday, so it doesn't matter. Next week is the 20th, so we'll be discussing it in detail. We'll have a bit of a Q&A. And it will close midday on the 27th, Tuesday the 27th, okay? In preparation for announcing the winners on that evening's show on the 27th of July. Now, there are some physical products to be to win, and I'll explain about how you can get your prizes. But I will say, is anyone that does win any prizes that are going to the Worley MRYCG meet can collect their prizes from me on that day. But if not, I can send them. Now, I will stress some of these prizes cannot be shipped abroad. And also, I'm strongly going to say, if you've got a place, if you live abroad and you've got a UK PO box that the prize can be sent to, I will accept that. But any entries from outside of the UK, I will have to verify with you over if you get selected to win. One will be if it's non-UK, you may have to pay the additional international postage, but there is a prize that cannot be shipped out of the UK. So if your name gets drawn to win that prize, then I'm afraid what I'll have to do is we'll kind of try and see if we can sort it out either with something else, or we'll pass it on to somebody else, if you know. David Atkins, I'm covered with a UK address. Fantastic, David. And I know Donegal, Dad, you're okay with an address. I'm just looking at now. I've been chatting away and people posting Christmas Choc Selection Pack. Growler's in. Good evening, Growler. Thanks for dropping in. Pint Face, not going to enter that. He says, oh no. Valley Brook, you had to start, didn't you? The Schenker Shack. The Blacksmith's Hammer. That's a nice one. I like that. Just in from a bit of a point wiring on the new Helix, says Blackwood. Email again, please. barnabasjunction@gmail.com. Jason and the Schenker Pub. Not going to enter that one as well, he says. Jason, I have been working on some of my Helgen Class 86/0 electric locomotives today, renumbering, but I am looking forward jumper box and leads so they can work in pairs on my freight line trains. Fantastic, Clive. Oswestry repeat email. They've just done that. The Schenker Shack. How you faring, Mark? I'm coming for the UK. I'm good, bud. Just have to get through the next 12 months now, counting the days. Bud, how's your Helix coming along? England for me. Put it in your email address, please, David Atkins. Yes, there we go. BarnabasJunction@gmail.com. Hashtag DB Schenk. Oh, gotcha. John Wildboy, is that? Good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm getting messages here now. Yeah, I've just been PM'd with a particular name. Interesting idea. I had considered that one at some point. Mark, nearly got the new junction complete, so trains can run either way on the Helix. That Helix is looking really smart, Blackwood. Finch and Jason, there is a big announcement at Finnerton Central's Facebook group in 2 weeks from now. Well, 2 weeks, that's just before Wally then. At least the prizes will be coming home. Yeah, well, I won't go into that one. Guys, I've got to go now. See you all next week. Please stay safe and well, guys, goodbye for now. Clive from Northern Ireland. Thank you for joining us, Clive. Take care. Stay safe for yourself. Speak to you soon. I'll have to create an email for use on YouTube. You can do. You can use your account, your actual channel. We'll give if you want to create a channel for an email account for your channel, you can do it. If you go into your channel, YouTube Studio, if you go to settings, I think it is, there is an option to create email address for this channel. That's why I've got the BarnabasJunction@gmail.com. Gotta go, guys. Take care all. Good night from Angel Share. Main training spot. Nice. Can't wait to see it on your next upload. Love the layout, Ewan. Hi, DM. Who's DM? Don't know who DM is. Oh, Hemel Down Model Railway. Gotcha. Good night, Clive. Keep well, my friend. Thomas Lewis, can we send Modeller's Moment to the same email address? I'll send some. Yes, absolutely. Same email address, Thomas. Please do. I look forward to it. Everyone's saying cheers. Nearest hotel for the MRYCG meet is now Dudley. Oh, £126 for 2 nights. That's ridiculous. Oh no. I've got an email address. It's in my about section, or should be. I'll check that out. Don't worry. Right. So that's the announcement. We've discussed about the gravel scratching it off. Discussed about the flight attached scrap line. I like your idea of what you stated about the track. We'll look at that, and please let me know your ideas on what you some of your ideas. Comment after the stream's finished. Don't need to do it now. Comment below in the comment section what you think. And I know I've asked this before, and I did have a few comments, and I replied to them. I'm really looking for suggestions now, because I'm getting to that point where the central area, should it be gravel? Should it be tarmac? Should it be cobblestones? Should it be a muddy patch? I'd like to know your suggestions. Please, after the stream's finished, please do comment below. By the way, I've got problems coming down to the morning meet on the 31st. Engineering work between Rugeley and Hendersford. I've got a replacement. Boss, are you going to do some line side lives, Jason? I do plan to do some, yes. I did consider it today. But there is Thursday. I might be out Thursday lunchtime. This Thursday lunchtime, because I've got something that's literally going past my house, almost past my house, which I would like to capture. And it's literally, I can walk to the point where I'm going to see it in about 5 minutes. You can stay in the B&B for a week, 71K for the week. Was so shocked, just beyond stupid. Went to the 8-Dale Railway, did you? Yes, we did. I took him for a trip out for him to chill out. And Valleybrook will have a video coming from about that very soon. Bernie, yes, Mr. Poole. Yes, I will be doing some line side lives very soon. Not done one since February, actually. James Gibson, just building my new layout. I have so many questions I'm asking myself too. Yeah, we get asked. I've got stuff running around my head, even about sections of this layout that I'm nowhere near even getting on with. I'm seeing things that I'm thinking, I want to do that, but I don't want to move on from where I am working because it'll get left, and I don't want to leave. I want to get loads of it done. The station, I sat on that for 18 months before I moved off that and gave it a break. TMD was on it for 12 months. I'm going to be going back to the TMD soon, going back to the station soon, but not until this side here is done. Right, that's the G7 effect, Mark. I need another drink. It's really, really warm up here tonight. And for those that you didn't know, it's going to get super hot this week. So make sure you have plenty of sunscreen. Right, so what we'll do is we're doing an hour into the stream. I think what we'll do is we'll leave it for here for now for this week. And remember, next week I will give you a further update on the prizes for the giveaway. And hopefully I'll have them all here for you to see. I do have some. I've got 3 lots of prizes already, just waiting on one of the biggest ones of the prizes to arrive. That should be here tomorrow. I was hoping it might have been here today, but it should hopefully be here tomorrow. So we'll be discussing that next week for sure. And we'll just spend this next week. I think what we'll do is we'll just do a bit of a Q&A. So get any questions you've got for me, get them noted down. And I'll invite you guys to come and join me on the stream and ask me questions galore, and I'll see what I can do about answering them to you. I know that feeling. I was roasting in my posh railway room. James Gibson, I'm in the same boat at the point of deciding final track plan, but lost count how many I've done. Well, here's a bit of a clue. This layout, especially the station side, it took me 11 attempts. So don't worry if you still keep changing your mind. That took 11 attempts. Crazy man, I've heard silly price, but that is a bite. Right, so thank you very much, everybody. We haven't done shout out number 3, have we? We haven't done shout out number 3. Shout out number 3. Who shall it be? Who shall it be? Who shall it be? Looking through now, scrolling through for the final shout out for today before we end the stream. Who shall it be? Remember, it can be someone, I've always said this now, it can be someone we've had before. And I've just chosen him. I have just chosen who the shout out number 3 is going to be. So let's do this. So shout out number 3 is going to be Hollybrook Junction, Al. It is Hollybrook Junction. He's just posted me, please. Yes, it is indeed Hollybrook Junction, Al, of up North Wales, up the Anglesey Way. You are the 3rd shout out for today. And here's Blackgowrie Forest Railway, Andrew Johnson. Good evening, Andrew. Thanks for joining us. You just come and caught us on the 3rd and final shout out from us. So yes, Hollybrook Junction, that's Al. He is the 3rd and final shout out for today. And my phone has gone off for some reason. So let me just see if I can find Al's channel, actually. So I know Al has got a bit of information on there. There we go. Hollybrook Junction is the shout out number 3. Oop, spelled that wrong then. Helps if I can spell, doesn't it? So Hollybrook Junction, he is currently on 280 subscribers. Let's see if we can get him up to 200, even up to 300 will be superb. And I need to go back actually and check out the previous one that we did fantastic. You guys did absolutely fantastic on. So Al, yes, great layouts, lots of scratch building, lots of scenics on his layouts. I've been following Al for many, many, many months. In fact, well, I'm just looking now actually. How long has this channel been going? 2016, yeah. I've been following his channel for a long time, and it's definitely worth checking out. He's got some fantastic track work. That amazes me how he's managed to fit it into such a smaller-ish area. But yeah, some great traction there he does. Some great videos he does. He does lots of scenic work. I do like his scenics between his tracks, especially around his TMD area, and it's just superb. It's a shed layout, and it's well worth checking it out. So Hollybrook Junction, Al, you are definitely this week's 3rd and final shout out from YouTube Tuesday, and he's just jumped up 4 subscribers right before my eyes. Fantastic stuff. So let's have a final look on the chat for tonight. Remember, when you do subscribe to a channel, click the bell, select all to receive notifications from the channel and interact with it. Make sure you comment on the latest video saying you heard about it here on Barnabas Junction's YouTube Tuesday show. Let's have a look at the chat. Anyone who is interested in the Nodrog meet and greet on the 7th of August, as it has been cancelled. Oh, right. I take it Nodrog's announced that recently. I've not seen his recent video yet. I'm sure I'm subbed already. I was on the island this morning between the 2 bridges. Menai Bridge. Do like the area. You could have gone, met Al actually. You were literally just around the corner from him probably. Great channel, well deserved. I'm already subbed. We will have to waths this on the catch up. I will check it out. Evening Hamel down from Simon. It was mentioned in his statement. He posted it right. I've watched a couple, but YouTube take the red line down. Take a bivvy mark. Great stream, Jason. Take care. Already subbed to Hollybrook. Excellent stuff. Many thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Hollybrook. Yeah, me and you had a chat about this afternoon, Simon. I saw Nodrog's statement on YouTube's homepage. Barnabas Junction, you need to check Nodrog's post from Sunday on his YouTube channel. Right, I've not checked the community page actually, but I will do. Thank you very much. I'll get that sorted and looked at, Simon. Just sub to Hollybrook, says James Gibson. have a look. Oh, indeed, got up 5 subscribers in what? In a minute. Fantastic. Well done to you all. But obviously, we've got no modelers moment this week. We've done the announcement. I will get that gravel at the front of that pub changed now that I've realised I've got a bag of smaller ballast. Whoops, I'm pouring it all over myself. Instead of using the bigger ballast, or the slightly bigger ballast, I'll use this finer ballast to get that redone. Won't take a few minutes. I might just do it in a moment, actually, and leave it to dry up here. It'll probably be done dry in an hour. It's that hot up here. I am glowing. So, yeah, that is about it for tonight. Remember, next week, I'll go into detail about the competition, which has been opened. Get your pub name ideas emailed over to me, barnabasjunction@gmail.com. I look forward to having a giggle and a snigger at some of your suggestions. Bear in mind, only names sent via email will be put forward as possible suggested name for the competition giveaway. And make sure you're here next week to hear about what the prizes are going to be. You won't be disappointed. There is some absolutely fantastic prizes all lined up for you guys, courtesy of some great people out there. So thank you very much. Oh, there's Andy Hudson's just dropped in. Good evening to you. Just as we're about to bring the stream to an end, just rounding up the evening. Yes, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining me this week. We'll be back same time at same place next week, and I'll have a little bit of something else just to tell you as well next week. Remember, next week will also be a show on question and answers from me, and maybe a little bit of a talk about what's coming up at the end of the month as well. As James says, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed these shows each time. And remember, tell your friends and modelling mates to check out the channel. I appreciate it. And please do subscribe. I know a lot of the viewers aren't actually subscribed to the channel. But if you do enjoy it and you don't want to miss anything in the future, any just random lives I might just do when I'm out and about, that sort of thing, you need to be subscribed and clicked on the bell and select all to ensure you don't miss anything. Good stuff. I may be doing a live this Thursday. Or maybe a couple of lives this Thursday, outline side kind of. So stay posted on that. But until then, take care, everybody. Stay safe. And we'll see you this time next week for the next YouTube Tuesday. Until then, you take care and keep on modeling.